So, for my poem analysis project, I chose Bokura no Hikari, which means our light in Japanese. For the next 7 slides, I'll be analyzing the lyrics. The night I realized this dream was a dream, I closed my eyes as I looked at you, the warmth of your hand in mine and your voice. If I awoke, the last of them would disappear. Maruki, the POV the song is built around, is dreaming about his fiancée Rumi, who lost all memories of him after Maruki tried to save her from her trauma. But when he wakes up, she's gone. This can signify loss and grief, which is the overarching theme of the whole song. The night I realized his dream was a dream is a metaphor talking about an illusion or fleeting moment of happiness, not only a dream. Even if we never meet again, even if the time we had hurt in the end, it's that pain that will guide me towards the stars in the bright night sky. At the end of the game, Persona 5 The Royal, which is where the song originates from, Maruki and Rumi never reunite, and the last time the player sees the two interact, it's the moment where Maruki wipes Rumi's memory, ultimately ending their relationship in pain. Maruki decides that he wants to find purpose from the pain and wants to help people overcome their hardships as explained in the metaphor, the pain that will guide me toward the stars. This phrase is talking about how despite pain being difficult, it has shown the path forward and gives hope and a sense of purpose for one to pursue motivations and goals. The word stars symbolize hope, destiny, and a better future. You silenced me when I told you it would be fine, the fake happiness of that sweet, sweet fairyland of that distorted world where I can meet you. This part reveals a tension and emotional conflict. Maruki is offered by Azathoth, the villain, a false reality where he could save everyone from pain and give everyone happiness. He accepts this and lives in false happiness. But it is broken when the protagonist of the game forces Maruki to realize that his actions were wrong. Maruki then rejects the fake happiness. The word fairyland symbolizes denial or an unreachable dream. Maruki could be with his fiancée Rumi, but he rejects this despite the pain of longing. Now today, my memories begin of you disappearing, choosing your own path for yourself. Even if it hurts, I'll keep walking toward the stars I'm reaching for, the stars of tomorrow. These few lines are talking about acceptance. Rumi is gone because of Maruki's attempts to save her, and Maruki has to live with that revelation. He had to accept it and move on to help others in his own ways. The repetition of the word stars enforces the idea of personal growth and resilience. The stars of tomorrow is a metaphor about having hope and moving forward. I'm glad the pain's better today than it was yesterday when I woke to this reality, so I'll keep going until tomorrow. Maruki is continuing to heal. His pain of losing his fiancée is still there, but it's lessened as he continues to work as a taxi driver and helping people. This shows a progress, a slow acceptance of the loss he faced. The phrase "until tomorrow" strengthens this point, and it shows how life continues for Maruki and that he's surviving day by day, pushing forward despite how hard it is. Even if we never meet again, even if the time we had hurt in the end, I'll leave that pain behind far more easily than I will my many tears. This is similar to the last few lyrics, but these lyrics emphasize Maruki's pain. Even though the pain might go away, the grief will still linger. Maruki's pain had been healthily dealt with, but the grief and sorrow of losing someone dear to him is still there. It's a complex expression of emotional truth. Pain is sharp and temporary, but sorrow can be long-lasting. And I'll seize that starry sky that will remind me of our light forever and ever. A hopeful end to this depressing song. Maruki's finding hope and acceptance in life. The "I'll seize that starry sky" is a metaphor/symbolism about claiming that hope and accepting it, which is what happens to Maruki at the end of the game. Bokura no Hikari tells us that even though Maruki and Rumi's relationship had ended, the beauty and meaning from that relationship will still remain. It's not about forgetting the pain in the past, but integrating that light into Maruki's future. Great! Now that lyric analysis is done, time for more analysis. What does this title mean? Bokura no Hikari is a Japanese phrase that translates to "our light" in English. The title "our light" can have many meanings upon first glance without ever hearing or reading the lyrics. One can interpret the title to be about a happy song, or a metaphor about community, hope, and having a collective strength to persevere. But after you listen to the song, it's actually quite depressing, but it slowly becomes more hopeful. What does this poem or song mean? Bokura no Hikari is a song about grief, acceptance, and memories. When being applied to Maruki and Rumi's POV, Maruki is grieving after he actually erased Rumi's memory of him in an attempt to save her from her PTSD of her parents' death. He also had lost most of his hard-earned research as a cognitive scientist. So, in a desperate attempt, Maruki is corrupted by his desires and creates a false reality. A reality where there is no pain and everyone is happy. But once Maruki was defeated, he changed his life. Accepting what had happened to him, Maruki gets a new job as a taxi driver. He continues to help people in his own ways and cherishes the positive memories he had with Rumi. Does the poem appeal to a reader's intellect? Emotions? Why? It appeals to readers' emotions because of the themes of love and loss. The song revolves around painful memories and experiences of letting someone beloved go, and the ache that follows. The imagery, metaphor, stars, fairyland, dream are all symbols representing hope, memories, and unreachable desires, which gives the listener an emotional landscape in the tone of longing and acceptance, rather than appealing to the listener's intellect. The bittersweet tone moves the listener to feel feelings of nostalgia, heartbreak, and growth. So what? Why am I doing this? What does it say? What does it do? What's the purpose? The song tells the story of Takuto Maruki and his journey with love, loss, acceptance, and emotional endurance. The song captures the moment when Maruki or a person realizes the relationship was only temporary and now must find a way to push forward through the pain. The song's talking about how even though something's ends, it doesn't disappear entirely. Pain becomes a guide and memories are the light. Love can cause suffering, but it can also be a reason for a person to heal and move on. The purpose of the song is to tell people that it's okay to let go. There'll be memories and legacies. You just have to heal and accept.